Welcome, everybody. We're Carmen and David Abdo from Lantana, Florida. We're so happy that you have joined us tonight. We have a lot to cover, and I think you're going to be happy with what you see.
We got some information that's going to change your life tonight. If you're willing to do it, it will change your life tonight. So we're serious about this, and we hope you see this as something serious in your life just as well. And as we move forward, uh, we're happy to have you on our team. We're happy to be uh, part of the team with you, and we're following great leaders. You know, our leaders are Steve and Gina Merritt, Matt and Kim Curtis. They're wonderful leaders. And let's see what I can do here. I got too many things open. All right. So LifeWave News. In the news, Code of Creation. It's going to be released this August. That's the movie about David Schmidt's life and about his ability to uh, produce so many patents. He's well over 220, somewhere around 250 patents. The Amazon Prime will be carrying it, Apple TV. He won film awards from it. He's been invited to five different uh, what do you call those? Film festivals.
Yes.
And so he also remember we had William Shatner come in and do the
Oldest intern.
oldest intern. Well, he loved it. He loved how Lifeway's making him feel. I didn't know that man is that old. He's in his 90s.
He is looking amazing, guys. He is featured on the cover of People magazine this month, and very exciting because he's talking about an interview with a podcast that he's doing with his daughter. And that interview is with none other than David Schmidt. And they obviously talk about LifeWave. So those two things, the code of creation, that's just one of the things coming out. This whole thing with William Shatner, you don't know who's going to see that. You don't know who's going to want LifeWave. It's all brand awareness and it's free marketing. You're not paying anything for this. And yet we're going to get all this publicity from it, right? So I wanted to make sure you guys, were aware of that. This is just the beginning. Like, I think we're just scratching the surface on this as to the awareness that's going to come for this company
You know,
as
they
a
have
result
those
of this.
annual festivals for what was that, Star Wars? Is that the name?
Yes, and that's in August. And they have asked David Schmidt to come and be a lead speaker. You know how many thousands of people are going to be at that Star Wars
Dressed up
event?
in all the weird outfits that
Yes.
all the space people had. But
But
that was started when I was young, and now people are still interested in it. It's just an interesting movie concept, and they're doing a festival coming up, and
yes, in Las Vegas.
David Schmidt's going to be there. So we're very excited about our brand awareness. That's being mentioned, and it's going to be free marketing for us. And when Code of Creation comes out, they are also leaving the contact information for LifeWave. So you want to build your business to the place where LifeWave looks at you as somebody that will contact the people that they send you and and be responsible to contact, because they're going to get hundreds of people contacting them, and they're going to pass that out like, when you're playing
Leads.
cards
They're going to pass out the leads.
to everybody that's busy building their business. So make sure you have some activity going on and you're building your business so that you get those leads as well.
And by the way, and it's not necessarily going by rank, okay? They're going to look at the people that are actually building the business. So you could be a manager and you get a lead. So it doesn't mean that you won't unless you advance in rank, but you do have to be active and you do have to be working the business. That's one of the requirements, okay? So we got, for those of you that were able to hear David Schmidt yesterday, I don't know if all of you were, but it was pretty amazing. But we had a call with him. We get a call every month with him, executives and presidentials. And so we got to hear from him on Thursday. And one of the things that he was talking about was the new Bible codes that he has found. Um, it is so amazing, guys. And with that, He's going to be talking about that a lot at convention in October, a little bit about it in, in Orlando at the Unstoppable event, but more again in October. But one of the things that he talked about is that um, the light that is used in the X2O is heal it's basically he's healing people with light. Okay, now this man has been working on this for many years.
When we started,
When
he was
he
already
he was
working on
already talking about the
infusing
water.
water with
Mhm,
light
and
and
that was four
energy.
years ago, and here we are now, we have it. Well, the interesting thing is that I just read a report 2 days ago, had nothing to do with LifeWave, and it was about how they're finding that light is actually going to be used in healing diseases. I mean, from cancer to all kinds of things, right? And they're saying that light is the way to go with the healing process. Well, bingo, David Schmidt was talking about this many years ago, and now he's bringing it to the market for people to be able to use. So I want you to see how interesting this man is and how innovative that he is at the forefront. He is at the forefront of what's happening with health, right? So you can feel proud that you're part of this company that is actually bringing things like this into the market to help heal people. He talked about the X39 plus the Celergize plus the X2O. He has seen incredible health transformations. He's doing studies on this, and the studies are coming back even better than he anticipated, right?
Well, Steve brought it up that his, somebody that's been helping Steve recently, husband was terribly ill, sent home to die within a couple months with cancer. And Steve sent them a water machine, just bought it and sent it to them. And within 2 months, that man was able to get out of bed where his wife was bathing him and feeding him by hand. He was able to get out of bed, make breakfast for her, is functioning in his house now just from drinking the water.
And
This
the X39 and the Celergize, because he's been on the X39 the Celergize, and then he added the water, and that made the difference. And they talked a little bit about it yesterday's Zoom. We know this lady and this man, and it's really an incredible situation that's happening. I really believe we're going to see testimonies like this, crazy things that are going to happen with people. So
absolutely.
hold on to your seat on this, because I'm telling you, we haven't seen anything yet where this company is going. If this company got to where it is without the water, okay, and the testimonies are miracle testimonies so far in all these years, imagine what we're going to see going forward. So I want you guys to have a bigger picture. I want you to understand how big this opportunity is and how many thousands and thousands of people are going to get the benefits of it.
You're
That's
on
the
the
amazing thing.
cutting edge, front cutting edge of science with David Schmidt. Maybe you thought you were just getting into a network marketing, but you're not. You're in a brand new type of business where it's run by scientists who's on the cutting edge of things in life. So when he figured out how to infuse a frequency of light into water, he patented it, and nobody can do it. He's already got it. And if you ever read any of his patents, he covers every angle on how to. So when you drink the water, it releases those photons which go to your body and start activating things. And that's the key to this X2O water machine. So Steve was asking David about it, and David was answering. So if you get the replay coming up, make sure you listen to that if you couldn't get on. And what David has found out is that light is the master controller in our body, improving the performance of all of our cells. So we knew that there was a nervous system. We knew that there was a lymphatic system. We knew that there was a blood system. Did you know that there's a light system in your body? I heard about it a few years ago, and it was like discovered in the 60s, but I never heard anybody else talking about it. And so, anyway, guys, this is exciting to be on the front edge. It's not about us having to understand everything, but we have to know and know that we are in the right place, right time, right company, right leadership. We're there.
So we're going to talk about new things that are coming, guys, tomorrow. Nobody knows about it.
Well, yeah,
You guys are hearing
we're
about it,
probably not supposed to be talking about it.
but you're gonna get an email and you're gonna find out about it tomorrow. But tonight, you guys are gonna know about it. Okay. So we're really excited about this because, and I think you guys are too. So here we go. Two new things happening. First thing is starting tomorrow until August 16th, they're starting a new promotion. It's called You Share, We Share. Okay. So you're going to see this in your email. Now, what it is that every time that you enroll somebody on an advance, you're going to get one free sleeve of Aeon, and the person you're enrolling is too. If they if they enroll on an advance plus, you're going to get two sleeves of Aeon. They're going to get two sleeves of Aeon free. If they enroll on a premium, you're going to get three sleeves of Aeon free, and they're going to get three sleeves of Aeon free.
I want to remind you guys of something. David Schmidt was asked this in one of his interviews back in 2023. How come you never tell us the peptide that Aeon activates? And he said, I never will, because that peptide is used in the treatment of cancer. And I don't want anybody claiming that my patches treat cancer, because that would have the FDA and shut them down. So the point is that he told us backdoor.
So very exciting. You're going to get free product just for enrolling people, right? So go back to it, please. So advanced, one sleeve, one sleeve. Advanced plus, two sleeves free for you, two sleeves free for them. Premium, three sleeves free for you, three sleeves free for them. Okay. So this is going on until August 16th.
All right.
Next thing, VIP conference experience. Guys, this is getting so exciting. Starting tomorrow until August 16th, they've doubled the points. Now, that is for people that you enroll going forward, right? So if you enroll any of these packs that you see here, before you used to get 15 points for a core, now you're going to get 30. Advanced pack, 20 points, you're going to get 40. Advanced plus, you used to get 30, now you're going to get 60. And for a premium, you used to get 50 points, and now you're going to get 100. All right. So I want you to see David wants people to come to this VIP experience. He wants to treat you, he wants to pay you, he wants to give you the chance to be with him in a room, and be able to take pictures with him and be able to have that experience. He wants to reward you, and that is why they are doing this, okay? But you got to take advantage of it. You got to do what you need to get those points. Don't just think, oh, well, I have no time. Yes, we still have time. We have 3 weeks. Let's take advantage of it. A new person could enroll tomorrow and they could earn this. Absolutely. So I want you to understand that. Now,
Here's one example. You can enroll 5 new preferred customers. They're getting 20 instead of 10 now. And so that would be 100 points. You can enroll 2 brand partners on advanced packs. So they're getting 40 points each now instead of 20. So that's 80 points. You can coach a couple of brand partners to achieve 3-star manager. That accumulates because 1-star gives you 35, 2-star 55, 3-star 70 points. And so it accumulates to 160 points.
and they're going to double that.
And they're going to double that. And so that'll get you to the 500, which gets you to the VIP experience, the $500 travel money, an evening at Disney before the event, special area in back behind the stage where you have your own refreshments and your own things. You're very special people at this event. And if anybody went with us last year, there was like 8,000 people there. I didn't feel very special. I was one of 8,000. I want
So you
this.
want to be on the VIP.
Yeah.
You want to be on the VIP. Um, anyways, guys, just to make it clear, and this is for people that you enrolled from June 8th until August 16th, okay? If you enrolled people on June 8th to August 16th, then those people would qualify for these rank advancement points,
And they
okay?
count for you.
They count for
If you
you.
enrolled 20 people before that, it doesn't count. Sorry. And
This is
so
just for
it
the
was just to boost you on this get your butt moving, getting people at
and get your
convention.
business going.
Exactly. We already know that works. So another way of looking at this is enroll two new preferred customers. That's 40 points each, uh, total. Enroll one new brand partner and Advanced Plus. That's 60 points. Two brand partners on Core. That's 60 points. Coach one to a two-star manager. That's 90 points. And coach one to a director. That's 250 points because of all the advancement, that's 500 points.
Right. That's if they started and they went 1, 2, 3 star manager and then director.
Okay, so that's going on starting tomorrow. You're going to get the email, it's going to tell you all about it. We just want to make sure that you know about it.
And start thinking about who you can help and who you can work with in your team, right? Who wants to earn this? You know, if you want to earn it, step up and let us know. And we're gonna figure out how to help you, okay? So I don't want you to think that it's not possible. It absolutely is possible starting tomorrow.
Write
So
everything down so you clear your mental space, have it on paper so that you can look at it instead of trying to store it in your head, who you've talked to, what they said, all that. Put it on paper so that you have free brain cells to think about what you got to do to get this. So,
one of the things we wanted to go, well, we have a lot of things to go over today, but one of the things very important is overcoming resistance. Okay. Two things that I constantly hear from brand partners when they're first getting started or when they've been in for a while that people say to them that number one is that they don't want to do another network if they've done network marketing before. Well, one of the ways that you can go back to them with that is say, well, you haven't heard about life. You haven't seen LifeWave. Maybe your experience was with another company. Maybe you had a bad experience, but you have not witnessed LifeWave. You need to see LifeWave. So tell them about the current accolades that LifeWave has received. For those of you that have been with us for a while, you are aware of this, but there's new people entering the team that do not know. The Biotech Award, we are the number one stem cell innovation product out of 15,000 entries. That alone is huge. Okay. We are number one in momentum out of over 6,000 network marketing companies. Well, that alone is huge because we're up against some big giant
we're not the
companies.
biggest,
No, but
but
we're
we're
up against
moving forward faster than all of them.
right. David Schmidt received Entrepreneur of the Year award. That's the number one CEO. Think about how many
And that's
companies there
not
are.
in network marketing,
No,
that's in business.
yes. So think about that. He also got inducted in the Inventors Hall of Fame. Very big deal. And there's 86 human studies that are completed. And
I didn't spell that way.
I
Yeah.
know it's okay. Anyways, so you see, we have so much to offer somebody. And, if they still come at you and say, well, I don't want to do a network marketing. Okay, well, there's not much you can do, but I want you to feel confident. I want you to put your armor on when you go out there and talk to people. When they say something like that to you, that they've done networks, they hate networks, they don't want to do another network, come back at them. Be sure of what you have on your hands. Don't just take it laying down, okay? Because you have something huge that you are a part of. And like our dear friend Sai, she always says, you got the cookie. Absolutely, honey. You got the big, 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 chocolate chip cookie at this moment. And so you need to be proud of that. Stand up for it. Don't just allow people to have their concept when they don't even know what LifeWave is.
When you understand how network marketing works, there's a guy that wants to start a network so he can make some decent money as the owner. He finds somebody that's already manufacturing a product. He has them make it with his label. He has a couple of doctors uh, endorse his product, and from there he goes and he launches as if it's his. We don't have that. We have exclusivity to what we have. Everything we have is patented
And it's ours.
and it's ours, and nobody else can have it. And what we're doing is we're not just selling soap or vitamins or something that somebody else has in another store someplace. You cannot find these what we have in any store. And so the goal is here is that get the word out to as many people as possible what we have in our hands, and it's an exclusive opportunity that is primed right now to explode with the movie coming, with the acknowledgement from the David Schmidt working with us. It's really neat.
The other thing that I hear all the time is that, it's a pyramid scheme, right? And a lot of people, feel that way. You might come across that. If you haven't yet, I promise you that somebody's going to say that to you. So I want you to be prepared for that. When they say to you that this is a pyramid scheme, I want you to be able to go back and say, no, it is not. We have a new compensation plan that prevents that from happening with the binary balancing requirements. Anyone can rise to the top based on their efforts, passing their upline. Like somebody could come in the business tomorrow and you guys could pass right by David and I, right by Matt and Kim, all the way up to Steve and Gina and beyond because there's no cap. And that is the beauty of this. Leveraging others' efforts is how businesses are built. And scaling to multiple locations is how businesses expand. That's, scaling your business to different cities, to different states, to different countries. And so I want you guys to understand that it is absolutely not a pyramid scheme because there is no cap. The person below you can pass right by you, not only in rank, but also in earnings.
It's a beautiful thing. So
We want to play this for you. I know some of you have seen this, but a lot of you have not. And this is just a really cute, short little video that explains the pyramid scheme. I have decided that my job sucks, the economy sucks, and the only way to get better is when are you going to do one is network marketing, a network marketing that's pyramid things. What do you mean by pyramid things? One of those things where it make lots of money. You mean like the company?
Yeah, I couldn't hear clearly.
oh,
Are you sure it isn't a pyramid scheme?
what did you say, B?
I just feel it's no voice here, seem like.
No words? Okay,
No
maybe.
voice sound, no sound, seem like.
No
Very
sound.
low,
Okay, let me
Okay.
very
let me
low.
let me
Okay, thank you.
let me do this. Where is it? Share sound. Sorry, I missed that part. I have decided that my job sucks, the economy sucks, and when are you going to do marketing? Once network marketing, a network marketing
Still can't hear it.
Not down yet.
Okay, how do I get out of this?
Anyways, guys, we just wanted to play that because it is just so perfect because we come across that, a lot of times. So, anyways, I hope you guys found it amusing and you saw the humor in it because it is what we experience for sure. So, we wanted to talk to you about 5 steps, um, uh, 5 steps to success.
Go for it. You're
5 items for success. So, number 1, communication. Okay, I need you guys to take notes or take a screenshot or something. First thing is you're going to listen. You want to understand what they want before you offer. right? So don't, when you call somebody or when you meet somebody, don't just throw up all over them about LifeWave and about the patch and about David Schmidt and all that. No, first listen. You got to listen to what they need. You got to listen to what they want. Okay. Remember that people buy solutions, not products. They're looking for a solution to their issue, right? And if they feel confident with you, well, then they're going to buy your product. But if they don't, they're not going to. Also,
And your product needs to be able to meet their needs.
exactly.
And so we have a way to give them free time that they don't have in their life. We have a way to give them better health that they don't have in their life. We have a way for them to develop community that they may not have in their health, to be around those positive minded people. So you got a lot of different things that you can offer people.
And then you're going to express yourself with clarity and respect. What do I mean by that? Be brief and direct, okay? Your goal is you're going to invite them. You're not going to explain anything. You're not going to sit there and tell them everything that you know.
Absolutely.
Okay? Even if you know a lot. Don't. Steve always says, don't do that. Well, he means it because we're seeing the results. So you're going to invite them. What are you going to invite them to? You're going to invite them to a Zoom, in an in-person, or in an in-person launch meeting, or a meeting with you, you know? But I would suggest that you invite them to a Zoom or you invite them to come to a meeting first, especially if you're new because you're not familiar with the terminology, you're not familiar with the company. Let others do the job for you, okay? Also, you're going to connect. How are you going to connect with them? Well, you have to show empathy, you have to show comprehension, and you have to show emotion to what is going on in their life, right? So remember that people remember how you make them feel, not by what you say, but how they feel when they're talking to you. Your whole goal is to resolve their need with our opportunity, right? With our business opportunity or with our product. One of the two.
You're doing such a great job. I want you to keep going because I'm listening to you now.
You're going to inspire them. Tell them that this can change their life, because we know that it can. We're already seeing the results. Okay, you need to cultivate the art of communication. How are you going to do that? You do that by reading books, listening to audios, the book of the month, books such as Art of Dealing with People by Les Giblin, or another book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. These are very good books that can really help you in a lot of ways in your life, not just in your LifeWave business. But it's important that you, when you're talking to people, that you inspire them to see this opportunity so that they can have the results in their life, not your life. We're talking about their life, right? And that's a mistake that I see a lot at the beginning, that people are so excited to build their business that they make it about them. And it was never about you. It was always about that new person that you were talking to. Okay. Number 2 is leadership. Before you can lead others, you have to learn to lead yourself.
Exactly.
Well, what do we mean by that? Your attitude inspires others. People need to transition from employee to entrepreneur mentality. When I say your attitude inspires others, it's so important that you have a positive attitude. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But when I say transition from employee to entrepreneur mentality, if you are talking to somebody that has never owned their own business or that doesn't really have a desire to be an entrepreneur, then you need to understand that that person is thinking an 8 to 5 job or a 9 to 5 job, and they're used to going home and doing nothing and sitting in front of the TV to watch Netflix because that is their life. And you're sitting here talking to them about, you want them to go to a meeting at night. They don't want to go to a meeting at night. You want them to try and earn a trip. They don't even know what you're talking about. You have to understand, you got to look at where people are. What is their life like? Because if they have an employee mentality, well, then you have to try to transition them from there to the entrepreneur. Okay. If you don't do that, that person's never going to understand what this business is about. 4 ideas to become a leader. Number 1, you're going to inspire and you're going to motivate. Okay, very important. You're going to lead with purpose. Your why gives you clarity and shows others where you are going. If you don't have a why or you don't know where you're going, how can you lead someone?
This is not something you just read over. This is not something that you just take lightly. Your why is the driving force inside you that makes you want to run through the raindrops to your car and drive through a storm to get to somebody's house to do a presentation so that they can have their life changed. I never let, when I was a paramedic firefighter, I never let an outside circumstance slow me down or stop me from responding to somebody's need. And that's what you need to think about when you're doing this business. You're bringing something that can absolutely transform and improve people's lives. And you need to make sure that you're in all the way on this.
You're going to multiply your results. What do I mean by that? Well, you're going to help others become leaders. In doing that, you're going to be your own boss. You're going to build your team. You have to be entrepreneur minded, not employee minded yourself. Because if you have an employee mind, how can you talk to somebody that has an entrepreneur mind? It's never going to work.
You're not going to lead them.
You're not going to be able to lead that person. So my suggestion is that if you do have an employee minded mentality, you can certainly build this business, but you're going to have to work on yourself to get yourself to the point of thinking outside your box of what you're used to. Because I promise you, you're going to come across somebody that is an entrepreneur already. And that person is going to run and you're not even going to know what's going on, right? So you have to work on yourself. This is so important. That's why, Steve is such an advocate about getting people to better themselves.
The books,
right?
the videos that we have, all of the training sites that he have. There's video after video after video explaining how for you to become the leader that you need to be, because leaders do lead by example. They also tell other people what they need to do. Like if you come to me and you say, what do I need to do to succeed? I better be able to tell you clearly so that you know what to do when you walk away from me and go and do it. And that's a good leader.
Also, when you sponsor somebody, I want you to take it serious. I don't want you to be one of those people that just plugs people into your business and leaves them and abandons them and doesn't teach
Right.
them and doesn't tell them about the Zooms and doesn't tell them about this incredible team that we have. I want you to be responsible for that person because they don't know anything. They trusted enough in you to come in, right? And how many times do we see people that come in just to use the product and then start feeling great? And then they want to share it with their family and friends and their acquaintances and all of that. But they have to feel like they have somebody to lean on to show them the ropes, right?
A coach.
A coach. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be, excellent at it. You just have to realize that you have to step up your game, because when you enroll somebody, that is your responsibility to help that person, or at least connect them with somebody in your upline that can help them. If you're brand new and you don't know what to do, then reach out to the person above you, that's in your upline and say, hey, I need help with this person. I don't know how to teach them right. I don't know how to train them, and that is so important.
We have a gift. We have a website, thisisitteam.com. Your job is not to know everything on there and repeat it to people. Your job is when somebody asks you a question, no, tell them, hey, listen, go to number 4. Your answer's in number 4 under this, or go to this section and your answer's here. You need to be able to direct them where they can find the answer, because as they go there, they learn to do the same thing for their team. And basically, you are a traffic director. You're not the grand poobah of knowledge,
Mhm.
which saves us a lot of time, energy, and effort, allowing us to live our lives with our families because Steve and Gina have put everything down for us. They have that manual uh, that they're rewriting the entire thing because they changed their comp plan since the last time they wrote it. And that's going to be available at their convention. And that's something you can flip the pages. You don't even have to have internet access.
And also, guys, when like David was saying, you have to know to direct people to the training site. Well, that training site also can be translated into a lot of languages, 100 and I think over 140 languages now. So this is amazing. But if you haven't spent time on that site, how would you know what's in it, right? You would know. And also when somebody comes in to the business and they say to you, hey, I want to build a business. Okay, well, you got to make sure they sign up for the school that we have on that training site so that they can slowly start learning about the company and about, the training and all of that. So make sure that you show them where these things are so that they can go ahead and go on their own path in their own time.
That's for you to know as well. You need to be on there so that when you direct somebody, you've already been there and you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. So, um,
If you're going to leave a legacy in this business, you need to be able to duplicate what you've learned. And so you're learning it from somebody and you're teaching it to somebody and you're duplicating the leaders that have gone ahead of you. And you need to start changing your mindset and thinking of yourself as a leader, as someone that's going to admire you and want to follow you. And so you need to be up to speed on your back office. You need to be up to speed on this is it team.com. You need to be up to speed with what's on this is it info.com. It's the only websites we have. And everything that we do is pointing people to those websites. So if somebody asks you a question, you can say, that is a really good question. I would hate to have to tell you what I remember of it. So let me tell you where you could go and find the full answer. And it's at thisisitinfo.com. You'll see it in this section. Or thisisitteam.com. It's under number 3. And so that's where you show yourself as a leader just because you know where to direct them.
And I wanted to give you a tidbit point. When you have somebody new that's coming into your business and you're getting ready to enroll them, if at all possible, if you can be a part of the enrollment process on the phone and let them do it themselves and give them the instructions on the enrollment process, let them see it, let them do it on their computer or on their phone. You're on the phone helping them, you're telling them, or if you're sitting next to them, because in doing, they will see it and they will learn. And you remember, everything you do, they're going to copy you, right? So if you don't show them how to do the enrollment process, they're never going to want to learn it. And so it's important that from the get-go, from that very first time that they fill out the application or they call you and tell you, okay, I'm ready to get in, you send them to your site and you take them step by step the enrollment process.
To prove your point, in Jack's downline, in Sue's downline, B's downline, there's a new guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Carmen escorted him through the enrollment process. The first time she did, second time then she started having him do it.
No, he's under Paulina. It's not under Jack.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, I don't have to know everything. I just got to know where to go. Carmen. And so, as it turns out, how many people does he have now?
I don't know, Manuel. I don't know if you're on. Yes,
He's
you are
on.
the call. I don't know. I think maybe 11 or 12 now.
Right, but you're not
I'm
enrolling.
here.
I, yes.
But
So
you're not doing the enrollment anymore.
no, we did
Because
it.
he's doing it
right,
now.
because he learned. So that's what I'm talking about. You want to do it with them until they get comfortable enough to be able to do it. And then of course you're there for any questions, you're guiding them any way you can. But it's important that they start feeling comfortable and they start doing it because they they have to teach their group too. But
That's
you
that is
as the
developing
leader,
them as a leader.
yes, but you as the leader you're there for support. It's like you don't want them to fall, so you're there to help them in any way.
So, all right, see, discipline converts goals into results, the disciplines that you have in your life. And so some people, they take a stab at this once a week or once every couple of weeks, and they're just not disciplined at building their business. There should be some activity on a daily basis. And the activities that you create on a daily basis, they actually become habits. And so as you do the habit of creating your business on a daily basis, those actions that actually do create a business. We went out for fun last night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We had fun last night. How many names did you get?
6.
Six. That was just us going out for fun, but we have the habit of recruiting people. We have the habit of introducing people to a possibility that could change their life. Out of those 6, we have 2 confirmed that want to come to Steve's presentation on Tuesday at the airport Hilton.
And I want to say something on that because, you know, instead of sending them, this is it info, because we're having a local meeting in 2 days, and I wanted them to come to the local meeting because I want them to get a bigger picture. I deliberately did not give them this is it info. Okay. I said to them, I'm going to send you some information about a local meeting. Would you be interested in coming to see it? Yes, send me the information. So that's what I'm sending them. You see, now, if we did not have a local meeting going on, then of course I would have sent them the this is it info, right away today, and I would have been following up with them. But you see, I'm using the system that we have by plugging them into that local meeting, because that local meeting is going to have 150 people, 100 people, 200 people, I don't know. But you know what? They're going to see a lot more excitement. They're going to hear some testimonies, a lot more than they can from just reading a website.
And are they going to
Okay.
see people making money?
Yes. So, it just covers it all, right? So use your home meetings, use your, bigger meetings in any time that you can.
You do a single presentation, then you do a home presentation, and you're directing people to that. Then you do once a month, you move on to a bigger presentation where everybody can come together. And that's the system that we use. So you got to focus your energy. You got to eliminate things that are distractions in your life. If you love watching television, cut the plug off. You can always put one on later.
Or limit your time, right? If you can still watch TV and you can watch movies and you do all that, but instead of spending 4 hours at night doing that, take 1 hour to make your calls, or take an hour to listen to a positive video or something. Do something that's going to move your business forward. Focus on what is important.
Exactly.
All right. We all love to sit and watch movies, but is that really going to build your business? No. So, you can value your time. You can divide your time a little bit better, but we're trying to make you understand that you've got to do something for your business on a consistent basis. So that's why be consistent is so important. People learn that you're always there. That is another thing.
I don't mean to interrupt you because I love listening to you because you're so smart, really are. Being consistent. If you were a mile from home and your car broke down and now you've got to walk just a mile, if you stop taking steps, you're not going to get there. So you have a goal, home, you have the ability, feet, but you lose your ambition and desire to continue, you're not going to get there. And so it's just as simple as learning how to walk home. Just continue to make a little forward progress consistently, and you'll be surprised where you end up.
And having a winning mentality. Change your thinking and your life changes.
Right.
Think big. Your thoughts create your reality. And also believe in yourself. This is step 1. And I want you guys to really take this into consideration. having that winning mentality is having the mentality of no matter what, I'm going to reach that goal, regardless if it takes me a year or if it takes me a month. I don't care how long it takes me, but I am going to get there. That is a winning mentality that is not allowing any adversity to stop you. Okay. When you change your thinking, then your life can change because it's impossible for it not to, because you're already putting it in motion. And when you think big, your thoughts create your reality. If you think small for this, then you will always think that, well, I was only able to talk to two people, and that's the only two people that believed in me or believed in this product or this company. That's small thinking. I want you to think big. I want you to think that company is $1 billion company today. It's not there yet, but you have to see it as it is.
And then you have a big portion
And
of
that
that.
you have a portion of that. There is absolutely no reason that you will not have a portion of that because we're in the beginning. Guys, this company is 22 years old. And you just heard David yesterday. He said 22 years, he's never missed a pay week. 22 years, he's never missed shipping the product. And he said, and I feel like we're just beginning.
Exactly.
That's the CEO after 22 years. Can you believe that? So if he thinks big, then we have to think big. And that's why this is so important. And when we say believe in yourself, that this is step one, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have everything I need to build this business big. I'm not lacking any. I can do this. I have the strength to do it. I have the courage to do it. I have the training to do it. I have the support to do it. You have a team that's never going to leave you alone, that's going to be there for you at all times. And so it's important that you put that armor on of belief. It's so important.
There was in my lifetime, the very first person that I ever heard say things like a winning mentality was this young black man named Cassius Clay. And he was telling everybody that he's the greatest. He's the greatest. He is the greatest of all time. And he hadn't even fought a fight publicly yet. So he changed his name to Muhammad Ali. And he still talked like that. But what is his record today? He's the greatest of all time.
Yes.
He was saying that from when he first stepped foot in the ring publicly, where I saw him on television. And that impressed me. Not when he first started talking, that did not impress me because I thought, boy, isn't that guy really into himself? But that's not the way it was. He believed in himself so much that he was the greatest, that he became the greatest. Your positive belief is what carries you in everything that you do. Your positive forwarding belief is what gets you through everything that's not fun for you. And your limiting beliefs are what trip you up, slow you down, create your hurdles. Those are your limiting beliefs, and you need to just eliminate them. Don't allow yourself to say, no one follows. I just can't do this.
Those words, I can't, will put a curse on you. You cannot allow yourself to say, I can't. I can't find anybody. I can't learn the system. I can't figure out this science. I don't know how to do the back office. Those are all very limiting beliefs. And I want you all tonight to make this tonight be the last time that you say that about yourself and about this business, because you absolutely can. Age is not an excuse, because we have people that
God doesn't respect your
absolutely
age being saying, oh, you're already done.
No, technology is not an excuse either. And I want you to say, I can, I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to be successful and some pray to God that he's going
I
to put that
can, I
person
will.
absolutely in front of me. That person's going to be put in front of me, and I'm going to have the positive attitude to address them. And I want you to practice that every day in front of the mirror when you're brushing your teeth. Say, I can, I can, I can, I can, and I will.
Carmen and I are at the top of this company in our mind and in our belief.
Absolutely. But we're not
We're
there
at the
yet.
top. We're definitely not there yet.
But
But you
we
know
believe
what?
we
We
are.
see ourselves there because we've seen those people at the top and they've got nothing on you or me. They're just people that believe they could. I'm telling you, please throw away any doubts of yourself. Throw them out the window. Go bury them in the backyard. If you have to, write them on a piece of paper and literally go bury them in the backyard and put them to rest and put on a new mind, a new mindset that says, I can, I will. If others did, I can too. And that's what I want you to be saying to yourself. That's what we're saying to ourselves. So learn and grow as you read and you listen and you attend meetings, these positive books that they give us to read every month, the recordings that are in our this is it team.com training, the seminars and experiences that we go to. There's only 2 a year from Steve, and they're fantastic. You can't miss them, and you want everybody that you know to be there because they don't just affect LifeWave. They affect the essentials of life. The people that are standing up there are not only talking about LifeWave, they're talking about how do you live the most fulfilled possible life you can because they came, most of them, from nothing and built their way up. So they know what the hurdles are, they know where the curves in the road are, and they're there to tell you what to do.
Maintain a positive mindset. We've talked about that. But maintaining a positive mindset when things are good is easy. But maintaining a positive mindset, even when things are not good, that's where the key is. Okay. So when your speech is negative, your actions are negative, your results are negative. But when you are positive deliberately, so be deliberate in being positive. You know, we have stuff going on in our lives, and some of I have
Steve and Gina lives across the
they have
street.
stuff going on
We'll
in their
never
lives.
tell you what's going on in their life, but I can promise you they got stuff going on in their life.
Absolutely.
You would never know it from them.
No, but we choose to be positive. No matter what the mountain is in front of us, or no matter what the hurdle is that we have to overcome, we know where we're going and we know what we want to achieve. And no matter what that mountain is, we're going to figure out a way to go above, below, sideways, like a Siberian husky. I want you to think of a Siberian husky when he's in the snow and they're dragging the sled, and they hit a bank. And now what happens? Those dogs know that they have to get past that. And that's why they're used for this, because they have that already innate, quality in them. I want you guys to think of a Siberian Husky and think, okay, that's what I'm going to be like. No matter what happens in your life, I want you to set your goal with LifeWave, set your personal goals with your family, and achieve them right and put your goals in front of you. Why? Because you want to have that close to you. You want to have that reminder every day. Mike and Saeed, they talk about a check that they posted on the refrigerator.
Right.
We saw that check. We know what they're talking about. That check was on that refrigerator, and it was an astronomical amount for them at the time. And you would think, okay, they would never be able to reach that. But you know what? Every day they would look at that, and every day they believed that they could. And I want you guys to have that experience. I don't care if it's in your finances or in your health. It could be in either, or it could be in both, right? I want you to put that in front of you, put it on the refrigerator, put it on the mirror, put it in your car, and say, you know what? Every day, read it and say, I am going to be a director. I am going to be executive like we are. Whatever it is that you want, I am going to make, $500 a week. I am going to make, $2,000 a month. Whatever you want to write it, do it. It is so powerful because when your eyes see that, your mind registers it. When your mind hears you say it, it registers it. There's studies about this and it works. I promise you it works. And
You believe you more than you believe anybody else.
absolutely.
So what you say out of your mouth, you believe more than us and more than your mom and dad. You believe what you say. So make sure that what you say is forwarding, positive, encouraging to your own life. Okay? All right. That horse has been beat enough, I think. All right. So consistency. This is where it could become boring to some people to do the same thing every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Yes, every day. Success belongs to those who continue when others quit. It doesn't matter what it looks like at the time. There's a book out there called 3 Feet from Gold, and it's about a true story about a guy who bought a gold mine, was digging, 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 and the vein ran out.
It's a great book. You all
And
should read
and
it if
he
you haven't read
quit
it.
he quit digging, thinking he ran out completely, sold his gold mine. Somebody got an expert in there, looked at the earth that's in there, and said there was a shift. And if you'll dig that direction, you'll hit the vein again. One of the largest gold veins ever found was there, and that guy was 3 feet away from it and quit digging. I'm trying to tell you that that story is a great book. The man who sold the gold mine went on to sell life insurance and he still made a living. But the guy he sold the gold mine to, he did little better than a living. Okay. So your daily small actions toward your goal will get you there. Remember, I talked about just you're not at home. You just got to keep taking one step toward home. I don't care how tired you are. If you got to sit down, doesn't matter. You just keep moving in that direction and you'll get home to the comfort of your house. You'll get home to the comfort of your goals. Set your goals, keep moving forward, keep them in your mind, focused on them. And what you focus on is what you end up becoming. Follow the plan that we've been given because you need to have a direction. Constantly, there's a direction. This is it, team. It's got 10 steps of direction for you.
Progress, consistency results in goals attained, right? Look at that. Consistency results in your goals attained. That is your progress. No excuse is good enough not to press forward. So I want to change this team to the no excuse team, no matter what. Okay. No excuse, no matter what. We all have issues and you're all going to have overcome things and you're going to be dealing with family issues and you're going to be dealing with health issues and you're going to be dealing with financial issues. But if you have the mentality that no excuse is going to be good for you, then you're not going to let that hurdle stop you. It might set you back a little bit because we're all human, right? And things happen in our lives, but you can't let that throw you off course completely and not allow you to achieve your goals.
We're a team, and everybody in here believes up one day, down another day. So you just need to be around people that are up the day you're down, and they'll lift you up. And you need to be the kind of person that speaks positive things to those that are down that day. It happens to every human being. They have their ups and their downs. Isn't it nice to have somebody there that will encourage you to get back up? You're a champion. You're going to win. That's the part that we have as a team that I love.
You know, years ago, many years ago, we took care of David's dad because he was very ill. And through a series of situations, he ended up in a wheelchair and could not walk. And we had an incredible trainer, physical trainer. And that trainer said to us, he will walk again if he's willing to do what I'm saying. So that trainer put a plan together. And for for dad to use, right? Well, it took effort. It took a lot of physical stress and a lot of effort on his part to do what this physical trainer had told him to do. And one of the doctors said, was encouraging us because we were devastated with this situation. And he said, look, you have to look at this in, you're not going to look at the daily successes. You're going to have days that go up and you're going to have days that go backwards. But at the end of the week, you're going to look at where you started and where you ended.
Are your up days a little bit higher each day? And are your down days a little bit higher each day? And watch the trajectory of your highs and your lows. That's what you want to watch.
And that really helped us
It did
because
a lot.
It helped us a lot because it helped us look at this situation that seemed so overwhelming and really help us to help him to be able to have the strength and the courage to go forward. And I got to tell you, both of those people, that physical trainer and that doctor, believed so much that this was possible that my father-in-law went from that situation that he was kind of written off by other doctors and said that he'd never walk again to be able to dance again. Not only did he walk, but he was able to dance. And so for us, it was such an incredible lesson that you can never give up no matter what. You have to continue to move forward. So you have everything you need to build this business, to have the success that you want. And everybody, measures success differently because what we want might not be what you want. But whatever it is that you want, I want to help you achieve that,
Exactly.
whatever that is. And to tell you to never give up on your dreams, no matter how little they are or how big they are. You cannot allow anybody to ever steal that from you because that is the only thing you have control over.
If you
in
didn't
this
take
life.
the time to figure out what you really want, then you don't know and you've lost direction. So it's very important that you know your why and you know what you want before you ever get out there and talk to people. We did an entire training on this for the entire uh, uh, This Is It team about 2 years ago. So, but that's long gone. They changed all that because we said things that are probably non-compliant nowadays. Anyway, the start fresh every day. I have this saying to myself: begin again. So if I'm out there working really really hard and the sun is like kicking my butt and it's hot, I I sit down to get something cold to drink. I may not want to feel like getting up again. But if I begin again, not take over where I left off, begin again, I can get back up and finish what I started. So if you're running for a goal and you get tired, there's nothing wrong with sitting for a little bit,
But get up.
but begin again towards that goal. And my thing is begin again from wherever you find yourself.
And that's it, guys. I hope you took some notes. We really wanted to bring you some information that I think would help you not only in your LifeWave world, in your LifeWave business, but also in your personal life. Because
I think
we
you
all
should
have.
begin again with me.
Oh,
Do you remember how you were way in the beginning?
yeah.
Yeah, I think you should begin again.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, guys, I wanted to congratulate some of the people that are on here. We've had some rank advancements in the last few weeks. Things have been going crazy. So I can't see everybody that's on here, but I know
Sue, Peggy,
yeah,
Marta,
okay.
Margaret,
Yeah.
Manuel.
Manuel, I see that you're on. Would you like to share a little bit about what your experience is? You've gone from joining and you've gone to 1 star, 2 star, and 3 star, and you're really close to going director, which I believe director is going to happen for you this next week. And also, I want to say something about Manuel. He has earned so many points now for the VIP that now that we've got the double bonus starting tomorrow, I think for sure he's going to win the VIP for him and his wife. So how exciting is that?
Yes.
So Manuel, you want to say something to the team? For those of you that don't know who he is, he lives in Maryland, and he was sponsored by our dear friend Paulina, who lives in Arizona. And Manuel, you want to share something with us before we open the mics for everybody?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hold on a second.
Wait, there's a
Echo.
echo.
Because there's two Manuels.
Oh,
One of you
Okay.
has to turn off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I have it also on my phone. But I also have Jim here with me as well. He joined in a little bit ago, but he was creating Heckle, so he's right here with me as well. And so I'm trying to get, all the people that I have been involved with in this business to get them to at least one-star manager. That is my goal. Okay, so far I've been able to get two folks to do that. I want to, congratulate also Mariano Tamayoa. Today he became a one-star manager. That's
Good.
that's
wonderful.
correct. I posted
And,
him on the site.
yes, I saw that, and I want to thank you, you guys, David and Carmen. You guys been wonderful to us. Okay, whenever we call you, I mean, last night I think we were talking around midnight, right?
Yes.
And you were busy because you were what do you call it? You were prospecting, which is wonderful.
Yes. Well, when you
Okay,
called me,
so,
we were in an open air place that had music and stuff, so I couldn't hear you. So I had to call you back when we finished.
wow, that was wonderful. So my goal, I like you said right now, we have goals, right? My goal is maybe, well, I will. Before Orlando's convention, I want to get those 500 points. That's what I want. And I'm also challenging Mariano. I'm challenging Jose, and I'm challenging also Jim Herrera to do the same. And I think it can be done. And some of the other
Absolutely.
folks that are with me. So if that happens, my goal is for them to also accomplish those goals. And if they accomplish those goals, everything else is icing on the cake. So that's what we're trying to do.
That is great. And you know what? One of the things that's really working for Manuel is because he's, from the get-go, he said, okay, what do I have to do? And I told him, and I said, okay, we're going to get you to this level, and then we're going to help the ones that you brought. And that's what he's doing. And like he said, he now has two managers under him, and they're not going to stay at one-star manager. They're advancing too, right? So it's like you're leading. You're gonna reach down and you're gonna grab that person and bring them to where you are. That's the key here, guys. Now, obviously, a lot of times we enroll people that just want to use a product, and that's okay. We're gonna love them too, because you know what? We have a lot of people that start like that, and then they start feeling so great that then they want to share, right? So we're not going to discount those people. You're going to use them. You're going to help them. You're going to help them get to what they need. But if you get somebody that wants to build a business, then you're going to do it like what we did with Manuel. It's working, and I want you guys to see it, because he's been in the business only 5 weeks, and this is already happening for him. Why? Because he's following the system. So I wanted to encourage you guys on that. Anybody else? We're going to open. Thank you, Manuel, for sharing.
Thank you,
I want to
Manuel.
open the mics. Anybody has something to say? Let's see.
Ira's open.
Amazing, 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 amazing. If you're not fired up by this energy, and we have so much time for Unstoppable, you gotta listen to the recording again and again, because you keep raising the bar. You love us so much,
Yeah, we
and
I
do.
you
do.
share
I
so
do.
much with us.
I do.
Nobody could ever say that we don't have the best support system to make this happen. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ira.
We
We
appreciate that.
we both David and I feel like this, and we pour into you guys, because sometimes it's hard, because we believe in you. sometimes more than you believe in yourself. And so for me, when I see that, it's like I have to work extra hard to get people to understand that yes, they can do this. Come on, let's go. We can do this. Let's run together. Let's go to Unstoppable together. Bring somebody with you. And if you haven't signed up, please sign up. And if you don't have the money, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Don't let the finances be your defining factor for not being there.
Exactly.
Absolutely not. Because if you let that happen, that is what's stopping you from achieving all your goals. So it stops here. And you have to really decide that you're not going to let that happen to you again. If it's been happening to you in your life, then you need to put a stop to it and say, no matter what, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find the money. I'm going to find a loan. I'm going to find somebody that helps me get there, because that's where your blessing is going to be at that event, whether you see it virtual or whether you see it in person. I always encourage everybody to go in person because they can feel the energy, because they can get to meet the people, because they can hear the testimonies that a lot of times you won't get that in the virtual, because we have a lot of meetings outside the meeting. The meeting after the meeting, is when it really gets great. And that's where you build friendships too. And so I encourage everybody, if you can go in person, do that. No matter what you have, whatever your sacrifice is, if you can't be in a room by yourself, don't be in a room by yourself. We'll put you in a room with someone else. There's people looking for roommates. So I encourage all of you to try. Thank you, Ira, for sharing. Anybody else have something to say? Nobody?
Okay, then.
Wow, you guys are good tonight.
Or we put them all to sleep.
Did I put you to sleep? Anyways, thank you all for tuning in tonight.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Sue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is, oh, wow. This is extremely exciting. All of it. I mean, I was like just jumping. So, wow. Because I'm going tomorrow to the Marine thing that I went to Friday night and hope to sign her up tomorrow. But yeah, thank you. It is, this is totally amazing.
It's going to take a little while to get it uploaded over to YouTube and get it trimmed up. But I'm going to do that and get it back out online so that you guys have it in case you need to hear it again.
Yes.
Because we did dump a lot of information on you.
Refresh.
I'd love to hear it over and over.
So, yeah. So
can you guys hear me?
I hear Enola. Yes.
Yes. I wanted to also say again, thank you so much. And I know that, I mean, that's not even words enough. And even Jack and Joy yesterday, when we were all together, it was amazing. We had a wonderful time. And also just about the momentum. And my big thing was, I felt like the Lord was even speaking to my heart about just beginning again. I said, I'm going to start like as if I don't know anything right this second. You know what I mean? Like, just so, because all of us, there's a lot of new stuff, that we don't know. And so, like what you're saying again about begin again, I mean, that's what I feel like, that there's no stopping us. And where we're going is beyond what any of us could ever think or imagine. And I want to thank God for the tapestry that He's put around me to go on this journey with, and that absolutely beginning again. And just the Lord had given me one time about success should not define you, yet you should define success, because even other people's success should not define what you define as success for yourself. So just believing in God absolutely first, but also believing in what He's placed within you. And I kept saying, and I literally said this, and Gina said this yesterday too, but right before I got in the house, I was talking to Lemuel, and I said, I keep saying, this is so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable this is happening. And then literally I stopped myself And I said, you know what? I'm going to start saying how believable this is. That this is so believable, and that that all of a sudden, just that one word, unbelievable and believable, is like two total, literally opposite. Even though when you say unbelievable at times, you actually mean, oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
Right.
It's still a matter of your words and what you're speaking and creating. So we frame our world, and this was wonderful even tonight. So I want to say thank you again, and God bless you guys.
Thank you, Enola.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excited for your future and for what's going to be happening in your team. And also in
Absolutely.
Enola's team, we have Tian. I don't know if she's still on the call, but she just went one-star manager. She was with us in Orlando, and she brought a guest, Sarah. And Sarah joined with a premium and is excited about building the business. So we have a lot of things happening in this team, and it's just really great to see the growth. For David and I, it is so rewarding to see how you guys are really stepping up and how things are moving forward. So anybody else? Anybody else?
Can I ask one more?
Go
Yes.
ahead, Ira.
Yes, Ira.
Ira, you've been turned off. Turn yourself back on.
Okay. All right. So you've done the most amazing, beautiful presentations. And why I'm sharing this with the group, because I want to see if the group feels the same way. A couple of things happened in this presentation. One, when you were talking about Manuel and how he was associated to somebody in another state, in another area, and this is how this came together. How does the group feel if we can take these things a little bit higher level in examples? Now, if we have to do this on a one-on-one, because I'm stepping my game up, but can we also show how to enroll somebody? Are we leading in that direction every week so that you click on? Because we're all still on here. We are sponges right now. We are feeling your energy. And where some of the shortcomings happen is people don't go into the back office. They don't see how easy it is to enroll something when they're on the website. It's a step by step. So if we're going in that direction, I will stop. But if if we haven't thought of this, I think it's going to make it a little bit easier, just like with what you've done with the presentation, with the gifts that we have.
We can certainly do that.
Absolutely.
We can certainly do that.
We did it a long time ago,
we
but
can do
it's
it
been a
again.
while. We got a
Yeah.
lot of new people.
We'll do it next week. And so we could just go step by step and show you guys, real fast, how to go through the process. Because I know sometimes people even call me and say, Carmen, how do I work the monthly subscription? How do I set somebody up on the monthly subscription? So we can do that. Absolutely. And because there's new growth in the team, it might be very beneficial to those that haven't had the opportunity to do it yet.
We do like walking people through so that they don't have mistakes and they don't take so long that they get timed out.
Yes.
And there are a few things that can happen.
Yes.
So maybe we should just bring in an application and do it as a training.
Mm-hmm.
And
that would be wonderful.
Let you fumble your way through until you got it down so good you can do 20 of them a night.
Yes. I think that would be good. We will definitely do that, Ira. Thank you for bringing that up. because I think it'd be a great little training. Juliana, I see
Hi.
your microphone is on. Hi.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys because you definitely are so amazing and everything that you say. You know, the begin again. It's funny, David. That's what I was thinking just the other night. Begin again. So that's a positive thing for me at this present moment. So thank you for all that you do and all the love you pour into us. We so appreciate it.
Well,
Very nice. Thank you.
I want to say something to you guys. When I went to the first LifeWave convention, we had only been in the business for a
6 weeks.
yeah, it was like 6 weeks, and we didn't know anybody, just the people that were with us, in Steve's team. There was 200 of us from his team. Anyways, so we're there, and I'm watching these people. They were getting up and they were taking pictures, and as the people were going across the stage. And I remember sitting in that chair saying to myself, one day we're going to have a team. And I am going to be one of those people that's going to be up there with the cameras, pushing people out of the way so that they could get a picture of their team member as they were being announced,
Right.
for a rank advancement. I remember that moment like if it was yesterday, because I remember sitting there looking at that and saying, I applaud those leaders for, getting through the crowd to get to the front to make sure that they got a picture of their brand partner crossing that stage, whether it was manager or whatever the level was. It didn't make any difference, because I believe in celebrating people. I believe in celebrating every single tiny step that gets you to that goal. Because you know what? We all started from the same place, and some of us have more challenges than others in certain areas, but that doesn't mean that we can't get to our goal. So these two people that are here, they're going to be celebrating you every step of the
Yep.
way. And I don't care if I got to put a rope around you guys and drag you across that finish line. I'm going to do it because I believe that much in you and in your capabilities and what you're able to achieve. We are so fortunate that we have this opportunity in our hands. We are so fortunate that we are in LifeWave and we have David Schmidt as our CEO. And I don't take it lightly. And that's why every day we pray for our team. We pray for all of your successes, and we pray for all of you to be able to overcome whatever challenges are put on your day that day. And I encourage all of you to do the same. Be grateful. Be grateful for where you are, okay? But don't settle. Don't settle there, because there is gold around the mountain, and you just have to get there to achieve it. And so if you think we're passionate, it's because we are. And if you think that we have so much energy, I feel yesterday when I heard David Schmidt say, I feel like this is the beginning, this is day one. That is exactly how I felt. And I could relate to what he said, because even though we've been in 4 years, we're not tired, we're not exhausted. We have more energy now than we had when we started. I mean, the other day we drove, we got up, we had the Australia Zoom was going on Wednesday. That was present with that, got in our car, drove to Orlando, helped them set up the Orlando meeting. After the Orlando meeting, we helped Steve and Gina take everything down. We loaded everything in our car. We
Went and met another team that wanted to chat with
Yes,
us.
yes. And another team that it wasn't even ours, but they needed help, so we helped them. We didn't get to our hotel room that night till like 2 in the morning. Well, we had been up for the Australia Zoom at 6. I mean, you see, it's because we are passionate about what we're doing. The next day, we drove to Sarasota, 2.5 hours to get to that Sarasota meeting, help them set up over there, take everything,
Help them.
well, you didn't. Well, they did have some leaders that came and helped afterwards. Anyways, And then we drove back to West
The first
Palm.
people to help was Steve and Gina.
Yeah, they were. They got there right with us, and they were setting everything up. And then we finished there, and by the time we got out of there, it was close to midnight, and then, well, 11 something. Then we drove home 4 hours back to West Palm. And I'm telling you that because we didn't have to go. We didn't. We could have just said, find somebody else to help you set up or whatever. But we had committed that we were going to do that. And that's what commitment is. When you say you're going to do something,
Commitment's not around convenience. They both
You
start
do
with a
it.
C,
yes,
but they're not the same thing.
yes. So I encourage all of you that tomorrow morning when you wake up, think of who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to contact?
Can I change that?
Yes.
We're going to ask God right now. Father God, when we go to bed tonight, put it on our mind and on our heart who you know we need to talk to tomorrow. Or if they're in California, even tonight. Lord, open our mind and our heart to hear you when you nudge us to talk to the right people at the right time. In the name of Jesus, we're asking, amen.
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 I hope you guys have a great night. And we still have work to do. I've got people to help on the team. And let's run with this, guys. Let's get to Unstoppable. Call us. Let me know what you need. I want to make sure you can get there.
Manuel opened his mic.
Manuel,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome, Manuel. I'm excited. We got to get somebody else to manager in your team.
Jim says buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Hi, take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good
Cindy.
night.
Thank you, guys.